Hi, lovelies. It's Kia here from Bookkeeping Specialist. Today, I just wanted to share with you guys a really quick story about a credit control case that I've dealt with in the past, and kind of just want to let we do come across really odd and uncomfortable and awful situations sometimes, which is, one way that I've handled it in the past, and maybe this will help you guys, and maybe you'll get a little kick out of it as well. So I had a client a couple of years ago now, and they were a small business offering services to other businesses, other sometimes large businesses, sometimes like specific types of individuals. And they were growing really rapidly, but they had a major credit control issue. So their problem was that the recoverability rate was less than 50%. So by that, I mean that they were invoicing for the work that they was doing, and they were getting paid on time less than 50% of the time. So less than half of their invoices were paid on time. Some of the rest of them were paid late, and then a large majority, unfortunately, wasn't paid at all. So I got called in to provide them with the credit control masterclass to fix the issue. So we went in there for 3 months, or initially for 3 months, and then for the additional, we had an initial follow-up of 3 months, and kind of we looked over their contracts, kind of invoices, everything to do with the legal and the written parts. We put in the process in place that went through the entire customer journey, put in the new credit control processes, and left them in a position where within the 30 days of the service being provided, we'd recovered 80% of the debts that were on their listings, and then the other 20%, a small portion of that had to be written off, and then some of it came in a bit later. But the point is that we left them with a process that was working, and after that, like, the cash flow improved dramatically for the company. So they were very happy, I was very happy, it was all good. Now, during that initial recoverability process, I worked closely with there was one member of staff who was running the finance for the company, and she was completely lovely, but she hated having those kind of confrontational conversations. And there was one customer in particular who was just so rude to her. He often refused to speak to her at all. He always wanted to speak to her boss, who was a guy, right? And yeah, so I know that she particularly disliked this client, and I had the pleasure of speaking to him because about 4 months after we'd provided the service and things were going well, I checked up with them regularly, and everything was going good. And she calls me and she goes, Kia, that Mr. Smith, he's not paid us. It's been over 30 days. I don't know what to do. Can you help me out? I was like, yeah, sure, of course. Have you done ABC? So I checked with her. Had she followed the process? Had everything gone well up till now? Yes, we've done everything. Everything's been fine. He's just not paying. He's not answering the phone. He replied to some emails, but he stopped replying when it got to the later part of the credit control process, right? I said, okay, sure thing, no problem. I came into the office and picked up the phone. So I checked through everything first. I was like, brilliant. We've got all the evidence we need. We've got the paper trail. Everything's good. This guy cannot get away with not paying this time, right? Picked up the phone to Mr. Smith. Hi, Mr. Smith. Good morning. It's Kia from ABC Limited. I need to talk to you about your outstanding bill. And he goes, what bill? And I said, well, this invoice that we've sent to you on X and Y date, blah, blah, blah. Here's the email trails. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah. He says, I'm not paying that. You guys didn't provide the service that I asked for. I said, oh, can you explain to me what happened? What are you talking about? Because from what I can see here from your previous emails, you were very happy with the service. He goes, no, it's not good enough. I'm not happy. I'm not paying you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, fine. So, we carried on the conversation, and it got to the point where his justifications just weren't standing up. There was no valid reason for him to not pay. And at the end of the day, he signed the agreements for the processes that we put in place that the money is owed. So I gently reminded him of the consequences of non-payment. I said, okay, I understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, we do have to disagree. We've looked at it, and we think that you are still due and liable to make this payment. And as per our credit terms, we'll now be charging you interest. It was 8% interest at the time on the bill for every day of late payment since the payment date. So I said to him, your total bill is now blah, 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 whatever it was, which is obviously quite a bit more because he was over a month late. And then he's still adamant, I'm not paying you. No. So he says to me, listen, darling, I'm not going to pay your bill, and you need to tell your boss that I'm not paying you. So I was like, like it got my back up, right? I was like, because he said it with so much attitude as well. And I was just like, okay, fine. In the end, I said to him very, very politely, I said, okay, thank you very much, Mr. Smith. Since you're insisting that you're not going to make the payment within the next 3 to 5 days, that's what I asked him for. I'm going to be sending you a letter before action, which means that we'll proceed with our processes and take legal action against you. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. End of the phone call. Now I was fuming, right? Because I've dealt with these people, but his attitude was like another level of rudeness the whole way through the conversation. There was insults, there was attitude, there was just rudeness, and he was just so arrogant as well. And it was this whole listen, darling, and just the way he spoke to me just really annoyed me. So I did something that I don't normally do, which was I prepared a letter before action for him. So a letter before action is to notify somebody that we're about to take legal action against them. We'll take them to court to recover the missing funds. And as per the terms that I created for this particular client, we included the interest charge on late payments and admin fees on late payments. So I charged a £300 per hour admin fee. And so I typed it all in red. I typed it in red, capital, bold font on a letterhead, and I copied it into an email as well. So he got a lovely, gorgeous, bright red email that said urgent, urgent, letter before action, 7 days. And all the beautiful, with the charges laid out nicely and future charges if payment wasn't received within 3 to 5 working days. And then I also sent one in the post to his home with recorded delivery. And I went home about my business. I said to her, leave. I said to the finance lady who was working with me, I said to her, leave this one with me. I've got this. Don't you worry about it. Went about business. The next day, the letter got delivered. The day after that was the Friday. She called me. She goes, Kia, he's paid. I was so happy because I was ready to go and take legal action. I was so ready for this fight. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this guy. I've got a full-on paper trail. Like, nobody can question us on this. And he paid because I think he realized that this was not a fight he was going to win. So that's my story for you guys. You will get some horrible people. It happens. There are some, proper nasty people in the world. And I've heard stories from clients who've had people who's been even worse than that, to those who's been like personally insulting someone on the end of the phone, which is obviously unacceptable. But you do need to have a thick skin, and you do need to be able to kind of just, let it blow over you. Let it brush on you. Okay, fine, you're an a-hole. Let me deal with you the legal way. Let me deal with you the proper way. Let me get my money in and really, get you where it hurts. So that's my way of dealing with it. So I don't know if you guys have had any similar experiences, any really bad credit control experiences, or customers who refuse to pay. Let me know about it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories as well. Thank you so much, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.